aka small. So past couple weeks we've been working on wrestling defense, a little judo, a little bit of standing work. Last week we worked on some shot defense, and I told you, hey, don't worry about what you do in the front headlock. We just focused on spinning behind, because this week we're going to work on those front headlock attacks. So I'm here just for a quick review. I'm here with Devin. Devin shoots in, right? Boom. I don't care what shot he hits, single, double. All we're going to look to do is sprawl, get our legs back, and come into this front headlock position. Couple details I want you to focus on. Your front shoulder should be right where his neck connects into his shoulders here. So if I'm here with Devin, he's just going to kind of hold that base position for me. I'm looking to drive my shoulder and all my weight right here. So that Devin has to carry all 188 pounds of sexy I am right now, right on his back and hips. He has to carry all that. That same side hand, I'm going to look to cup his chin. We're going to do a variety of attacks that start off that grip. And my outside hand, I want to pull his elbow up and keep good control of that arm. So I'm here, cupping the chin, cupping the elbow, on my toes, weight on Devin because I'm a jerk. And I wanted to beat up on small people today. All right? Questions on just that sprawl, getting to that front headlock position, like I said, should be relative review from last week. All right? So we're here. First thing we're going to work on is just a very basic Darce choke. I'm tired. JJ tried to beat me up before class, and then Matt made me hit mids. The whole thing. I'm tired. So I'm here and here. Doesn't matter which side you're on. Once we're here, all we're going to look to do is I want to pull this bicep up as tight to his ear as I can. I'm setting on this knee so that Devin doesn't have to carry all my weight all this time, because I'm a nice guy like that, even regardless what Chad says about me. All right, so this hand, you're going to look to drop that shoulder from on top of his arm and above his neck to right next to it. So it's here and here. So I'm here and here. That hand, I'm going to look to wave at him and grab my own bicep. As soon as that connects, I'm going to look to do that same posted sit-out we do to start our butt scoots. We're going to do that same scoot because I want to sit Devin to his opposite hip. So I'm here, here, here. I sit because I want Devin on that hip. Now my goal is basically a foot race. I'm trying to curl Devin into as tight of a ball as I can while trying to scoop his leg with my leg. So I'm here, slap. Now, if Devin doesn't suck, he's going to start trying to run his legs away. And so that's why you're going to have to reach, scoop that leg, and you're trying to curl everything in to finish that choke. All right? So how it'll look kind of half speed. I'm here with Devin on my feet. He shoots in. Boom. I don't like that. I sprawl. I get to my front headlock. I get that attack. Set in. Walk my hips in. Catch that leg. I'm squeezing to finish that choke. Questions on that attack? Nothing.
I'm trying to figure out how to get my chokes. I'm trying to finish. I'm just not getting it. I'm just looking for any kind of detail I can find.
The big one a lot of people miss on these front chokes is shoulder position. So, what you have to realize on this is if you have to commit this arm and shoulder in. A lot of people will leave this here and kind of short arm this. And it's tight, don't get me wrong, and if you're strong, you can muscle your way through it. Rob's a big, strong, fancy guy. He'll get it. Because he's a gorilla, right? He's from Fort Wayne. He trains with us up there, so say hi, Rob.
I'm in.
So you have to reach that arm all the way through because that's how you're going to get into a much better position on that choke. If you short arm this, you'll get away with it if you're bigger and stronger. Sorry, Kat, you'll never get away with it. You have to commit that arm deep and across, okay?
And then you kind of slide down.
Yes.
So you're still 10 toes down.
Yes.
And you just kind of land, slide down,
and
to really put pressure on the back of the head.
Yes, because what I'm looking for here is as I'm sprawled down here, I'm looking to cut that angle here, bop. And as I'm walking in here, as I'm curling him in with his head on my chest, I'm squeezing this up. So if I stay right here and let you see Devin's face, that's tight. Now I attack that and close him in on top of himself. That's going to make that choke deadly.
Why sit out into him rather than do the gator roll?
So the reason I don't like the gator roll is a lot of people can stop that mid-roll. So like if I'm here and Devin goes to do this to me, right? So So if Devin's here, he goes head in there and he goes to roll that. What happens is a lot of people will start to hit that hip block here. Like if I feel you wrap up an anaconda, I'm instantly looking for that elbow and trying to hit that kind of, in wrestling they call it a peek out, but that type of roll can get you caught in that. Can it be effective? Yes. Is it my favorite? Big risk, big reward.
Can you do that same thing that you were doing then if you blocked up the traditional doors?
Yeah,
just you sit up the other way.
Yeah, if they sit out that other way, yes, they can do that. It's just a lot harder with my pressure on them.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
One more time, other than one more time question. All right, I'm here with Devin. Devin's gonna try to wrestle with me because he's a big, strong, handsome man. Boom, I sprawl. I get to that front headlock position. I sink that hand in, get my lock, set him down, walk my feet in, here, squeeze. I'm trying to curl him with my head and chest, and squeeze in. All right? Yes, Kat?
Is there anything that you can do once you grab a bite? Like, is there any?
You better start answering the telephone and praying.
All right.
So, if I'm here with Devin, I'm gonna let Devin lock this up properly. Let's see how much you learned last time. Boom, he hits this. Boom, he sits out. Boom, he's here and he locks my leg. You have to get this elbow back. That is your only hope and a prayer. So most people will answer a phone and start to open. Bottom hand will either start to hand fight or hip. There. That's your. You better find his elbows quickly because you got to create some space because it's going to get tight in a hurry. And it's not one of those chokes where you kind of realize what's happening. The lights just go all at once. Alrighty? 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm here. Boom, I sprawl, all that fun stuff. Boom, I get to the front headlock. A lot of you guys are struggling with the reach on that outside or on the inside hand. So all we're gonna do is switch it up. 99% of this is the same. You're just switching the hand that you reach with. So the difference in between an anaconda and a darce is literally the reach. So on an anaconda, you reach inside to out. On a darce, or Barbola choke, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, there's 12 different names for it. You still pull the elbow up, but as soon as that elbow comes up, you shoot that hand right next to his ear. Now, a couple things you can do here. I like to make sure his head bends down and then come over. And when you lock this in, your forearm should be in over his shoulder. So when I'm here, it's here and here. A lot of you will get stuck where this hand kind of stays kind of this way. This hand has to lock and get to the top of his back. I should be trying to scratch his far side armpit. All right? Now I'm doing this on my knees so that Devin doesn't die. Because most days I like Devin and he just became a nurse, so I don't want to kill him yet. Still has student loan. So I'm here, same thing, I sit. Other detail that a lot of you were struggling with. I want Devin's head right in the center of my chest. Not way flat on the mat, not way up, here. The other thing, I am not shoulders, so, coach, you like my brother does the 4-year-olds at wrestling. You have laser beams on your shoulders. They do not point up, they point side. The laser beams are pointing towards him, not up, towards him. Walk your feet in. This always feels like the tighter one to me. I think that's a personal preference, not a technicality. I think whichever one you're better at will be the tighter one. This one happens to be my better of the two. Questions on this one? 90% the same choke, few details different.
Can I see you do your chain link into it?
Yeah, so when I'm here, one of the big things I like to do is I'll be here, I will come in, and I'll even switch my head position so that I can come in here. I will just collapse that hand here, just to kind of snap his head down, and then slide in real deep. Because now I'm in. Once this hand's here, I'll find my grip eventually. Because I can squeeze here, Devin's not in a great position. But if I walk in, yeah, Devin's choke, light squeeze, you should be there. Guys, realize if you're having to add more than the last 5 to 10% of this is squeeze, you're in a bad position. 90% of your choke should be positional, 10% should be that last little oomph of squeeze. You should be able to hold a slow, steady squeeze while you talk to someone, and this choke should still work. If you can't do that, you're wrong. Congrats, try again. Okay? Questions? One more time. Don't overthink the room on it. I'm here. Snap. Dig. Very simple.
And you sit out towards your hook.
Always, guys, realize whenever you're working on a choke and you're questioning which way do I sit, which way do I go, always have your lock in the air. I've yet to teach you a choke where I go, and then you sit on top of your lock. Whether it's your guillotines, whether it's your anacondas, darce, rear naked chokes, anything like that, you always want to sit to where if I'm here and I have to adjust my hands, it's in the air. I have space up here. If I'm here and I switch Devin to the other side, which would just be a pain in the dick, if I'm here, there's not an adjustment to be made here. There's prayer and some hope. That's about what I got. It better be in by the time you sit. So always sit to where your lock's in the air. Great rule of thumb. Very similar to both hands in, both hands out. 9.9 times out of 10, it's going to be the right move. And that one time is at the depths of black belt that most of you don't need to know about. All right? 1, 2, 3. So this next one falls into like the 3 fancy techniques I show in my entire curriculum. I have the half guard roll through to the back, this Peruvian, and like 1 rolling leg lock. Everything else I show you guys is pretty, hey, let's stay fundamentally sound, let's stay positionally sound, let's, keep attacking in a good position. This one's a, hey, I can hit you in this, so I'm going to type of choke. So I'm here. Boom, I'm here. I start to work on Devin. Boom, and I get to this choke here. I'm not looking to reach fully through. I'm trying to keep this here. Boom, and I'm off to the side. Now, as we're here, you're going to look to step over and here. As you're there, you're going to curl your hands into you and crunch your legs down. And it's brutal and an absolute hurter. It hurts. It's as much of a neck crank as it is a choke. And it's just a special sprinkle of fuck you that sometimes you need in a competition.
Your position's on, you go further on the side.
Yeah, so when I'm here on this one, I'm looking, I like to hit this as kind of a 1-2 punch. So I'll look like I'm going to spin behind. I'll go here, and I'll be like, oh man, pop.
Okay.
Here, and then I'm going to sit in here. As soon as that comes over, all I have to do is hold. I'm going to let this go so Devin doesn't pass out. But all you have to do is hold this eventually, and he just passes out. And the nice part is that's one of the ones where the lights shut off super quick, and sometimes they don't have time to tap.
And you can hit the high point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're just curling your wrist towards you.
And that's,
yeah. Questions on this? Huh?
Gable grip.
Yeah, so you're going, so for here, we're here, gable grip, here. I lever his head down just enough to get that step. So I step, lean over that leg because it collapses everything on, the choke's in right as soon as I collapse this. I'm gonna let go for just a second. The choke's in right here. The reason you step the back leg over is to stop the forward roll. Because if I'm here and I don't step this over, Devin naturally feels the, I can escape from here. Now if he does that, you come on top and continue attacking. But the reason you slide that last leg over the top is to stop said forward roll. Questions on this one?
You do it again.
Remove the neck. I'll do it as many times as you want to, Devin. So I'm here. Boom. I like to come. I'll come here. Bop. Here. Lever down. Step over. And I'm always trying to kind of collect this arm. Just that little bit. It stops some posting. Here. This leg over. Squeeze. Devin's in trouble. Pretty quickly.
Are you doing a crunch?
Yeah. You're trying to crunch everything in.
Can you do this without the arm trap too? Like, or is it not as good?
You can do it without the arm trap. The only thing I'll tell you is when you do it without the arm trap,
Yeah.
here,
It's less tight.
it's less tight and it's a little slicker as far as like his head has more leverage to pop out. I've seen it work. I'm not saying it's ineffective, but ideal world we all don't live in, I have the arm.
Okay.
All right. Questions? Joke your friends. 1, 2, 3. There's a gi version because fuck you. That's why. We're here. We get the chin strap. I reach that chin strap fast. I get that little bit of a loop grip. Here. This is why I was telling James, yes, you can go no arm in this, but if you're going to go no arm, I prefer the pajama version. Snap in. Here. So you're here. Here. Same thing. Here. Same concept, you're just using the gi. Does that make sense? So you're here, you snap that gi down, around, and up. Down, around, up. Bop, bop, bop. And I'm trying to yank that collar like I'm trying to pull start a motor. Boom. This hand comes over and snaps the head through. Here, here, here. If it doesn't work, like I said, you start to attack from the top. 9 times out of 10, it's in fairly quick, fairly early.
So you can hit that from the back now too, right?
Yeah, it's that same loop choke we do from the back. You're just hitting it from a slightly different start point. All right? Like I said, there's a gi version because sometimes enemies, like, you need them. Questions on this one?
How do you stop that? Once he shoots?
So, it doesn't matter what he shoots. It's off your sprawl and getting to that front headlock. So if he's here, I don't care what shot he hits. Boom, he's here. I get to that front headlock. Boom.
So just on.
Yeah. Boom. And once I'm here, it's in. Devin's already in trouble.
Is the tighter you're in,
You want to have...
sit down, or do you need space on that one?
You need a little space. So what I always like to do is the way I like to gauge my space for loop chokes is I like to set my pinky on his collarbone.
Okay.
That's always just a good. If you're too deep, like if you're way up here and your pinky's on top of his shoulder, you won't be able to get your wrist into position. If you're too low, you won't have the ability to get the choke tight. So for me, it's pinky right on that collar. And that gives you the kind of spacing you need.
Are you reaching across?
Yes. So you're in that chin strap here. That hand reaches right across. You're almost in perfect position already with the chin strap. So you're just reaching across here. Bop, stepping up here. Devin loves all the questions you're asking. He says you should ask a lot more. Makes him feel alive. All right. Other questions on this one, guys?
So you're stepping off to the side?
Yes. Yeah, that's it. Like I said, everything else is the same on this. You're just using the gi as opposed to that hand grip.
You gave me a whole piece before.
1, 2, 3.